Welcome back, cereal lovers. Today we're diving into a crunchy, sugary time capsule as we explore 10 iconic cereals from the 70s that have vanished from store shelves. Get ready to relive your childhood breakfast memories and discover some forgotten favorites. Stick around, because you won't want to miss the delicious nostalgia ahead.
Waffelos Bill, come quick! Messy James is holding up the train!
Oh, he's gonna need some Waffelos cereal.
In the 70s, Waffelos cereal became a popular breakfast choice in America. Made by the Ralston Purina Company, Waffelos were introduced in 1979. The cereal was unique, shaped like tiny waffles and flavored with maple syrup. The idea was to combine the taste of waffles with the convenience of cereal. The marketing of Waffelos featured the character Waffelos Bill, a cowboy who loved the cereal. This helped attract kids and made the brand recognizable. Waffelos also capitalized on the growing trend of convenience foods, fitting well with the busy lifestyles of American families in the 70s. Waffelos found success quickly. The blend of crispy texture and sweet flavor made it a hit. Commercials played a big role in its popularity, showing animated adventures of Waffelos Bill and emphasizing the unique waffle shape and taste. By the mid-80s, Waffelos began to lose its market share. The rise of health-conscious eating habits led to a decline in sugary cereal's popularity. In addition, Ralston Purina struggled to keep up with changing consumer preferences and intense competition. Eventually, Waffelos were discontinued in the late 1980s. The brand couldn't sustain its initial popularity. The shift in market trends and the rise of new cereal brands led to its decline.
Ooh, it turns the milk a very, very strawberry with crispy strawberry puffs. Crispy! That's chocolate or strawberry Crazy Cow. Oh no?
Crazy Cow made a splash in America during the 70s. Introduced by General Mills in 1976, this unique cereal offered something different, a powder coating that turned milk into a flavorful drink. Available in chocolate and strawberry flavors, Crazy Cow quickly captured the curiosity of kids and parents alike. Crazy Cow's origins trace back to the growing popularity of sweetened cereals. At the time, the cereal market was booming, with brands like Cap'n Crunch and Fruit Loops dominating breakfast tables. General Mills, always on the lookout for innovation, decided to blend the excitement of flavored milk with the convenience of cereal. The result was Crazy Cow, a cereal that promised not just breakfast, but an experience. The cereal's appeal lay in its simplicity and novelty. Kids were thrilled by the idea of transforming plain milk into a fun, flavored drink simply by adding cereal. The advertising campaigns were vibrant and engaging, featuring animated cows and catchy jingles that stuck in the minds of young consumers. These commercials played a significant role in building Crazy Cow's brand identity and driving its initial popularity. In the late 1970s, General Mills decided to discontinue Crazy Cow. The exact reasons were likely a combination of declining sales, changing consumer preferences, and the growing emphasis on healthier breakfast choices. By the early 80s, Crazy Cow had vanished from grocery store shelves, leaving behind a legacy as a fascinating but fleeting chapter in the history of American breakfast cereals.
If something makes me laugh, I make my cereal grins and smiles and giggles and laughs. Part of a nutritious breakfast. These bozos are going to...
Grins and Smiles and Giggles and Laughs, GSGL cereal, hit American shelves in the 70s. Created by General Mills, this cereal was part of a trend where companies used playful marketing to attract children. GSGL's mascot was a cartoon robot named Linus the Lion-Hearted, which was also the name of a popular Saturday morning cartoon. GSGL was a sweetened cereal with colorful pieces, appealing to kids with its fun shapes and vibrant packaging. It was one of the many cereals during this time that aimed to combine breakfast with entertainment. TV commercials and tie-ins with children's shows were common strategies. In its heyday, GSGL gained popularity due to its unique marketing approach. The cereal was heavily promoted during children's programming, creating a strong association with fun and enjoyment. Kids were drawn to the playful character of Linus and the promise of a fun breakfast experience. GSGL vanished from the market in the early 80s. General Mills discontinued the cereal, citing declining sales and the growing demand for healthier breakfast options.
Tally-ho! Sir Grapefellow here with my new grape-flavored oat cereal, about to make a perfect three-point landing.
Sir Grapefellow cereal was introduced in the early 70s by General Mills, a major player in the American breakfast cereal market. The cereal was part of a trend where companies created unique, fun characters to appeal to children. Sir Grapefellow, a World War I-era British pilot with a monocle and mustache, was the face of the brand. The cereal itself was grape-flavored, a rare choice in the breakfast aisle. It consisted of sweetened oat cereal with marshmallows, shaped like airplanes, and grape clusters. The grape flavor made it stand out among other cereals, which were typically fruit-flavored, but not often grape. In its heyday, Sir Grapefellow competed directly with another General Mills cereal, Baron von Redberry. The two were marketed as rivals, each with their own distinct flavor and character. This rivalry was meant to capture children's imaginations and boost sales. The commercials often featured the two characters in playful conflicts, enhancing the cereal's appeal. The cereal was discontinued after a few years, around 1975, as it failed to maintain a strong market presence. The cereal's short-lived success highlights the competitive nature of the breakfast cereal market during the 70s. Many cereals from that era were introduced with much fanfare but were quickly discontinued if they did not achieve sustained popularity.
Quisp, the Quisp new cereal from outer space. The biggest selling cereal from Saturn to Alpha Centauri. Quisp is sugary sweet.
Quisp cereal was introduced in America in 1965 by Quaker Oats. It was created by Jay Ward, the same animator behind Rocky and Bullwinkle. Quisp's mascot, an alien named Quisp, helped the cereal stand out with his quirky, fun personality. In the 70s, Quisp became a popular breakfast choice. Its crunchy corn cereal with a unique flying saucer shape attracted kids. Quisp often competed with another Quaker cereal, Quake, which featured a burly miner mascot. The competition was so fierce that Quaker even let kids vote on which cereal they liked better. Quisp won the contest, and Quake was discontinued in the early 70s. Quisp's popularity was driven by clever marketing and memorable TV commercials. These commercials often showed Quisp in fun adventures, making kids excited to eat the cereal. Despite its initial success, Quisp's popularity started to decline in the late 70s. This was due to changing tastes and the introduction of many new cereals. By the early 80s, Quisp was mostly off store shelves. However, it made a comeback in the mid-80s and then again in the 1990s as a specialty item. Today, Quisp is still available online and in some stores, enjoyed by nostalgic fans and new generations alike.
The crazy energy cereal from outer space, right, Kawanchi?
It's the cream of the crop.
You're spoiling my commercial if I ever get...
In the 70s, Quake cereal made a splash in American breakfast culture. Created by the Quaker Oats Company, it was introduced in 1965 alongside Quisp cereal. Quake had a distinctive taste and was marketed with a burly miner character named Quake, while Quisp featured a quirky alien. Both cereals were heavily promoted through animated commercials. These ads were created by Jay Ward Productions, known for popular cartoons like Rocky and Bullwinkle. The commercials pitted Quake against Quisp, encouraging kids to choose their favorite. This rivalry boosted their popularity, making both cereals a staple in American households. Quake's formula changed in 1970. It shifted from a corn-based cereal to an oat-based one, aligning with changing consumer preferences. The character Quake also underwent a redesign, becoming slimmer and more superhero-like to appeal to a broader audience. Despite these changes, Quake's popularity began to wane. In the mid-70s, Quaker Oats decided to streamline their cereal lineup. They held a public vote to determine which cereal should stay. Quisp won, leading to Quake's discontinuation in 1976. The decision was based on sales figures and consumer preferences, marking the end of Quake's run in the cereal aisle.
Have breakfast with the king. Get King Vitaman cereal.
I did.
King Vitaman cereal was introduced in the early 70s by the Quaker Oats Company. The cereal was marketed as a healthier breakfast option for kids, packed with vitamins and minerals. The unique name, King Vitaman, aimed to appeal to children and parents alike, emphasizing nutrition. King Vitaman's mascot was a cartoon king, originally portrayed by actor George Mann in commercials. Mann, wearing a crown and regal attire, helped create a memorable brand image. The cereal itself consisted of small, crown-shaped pieces, adding to the royal theme. During its heyday in the 70s, King Vitaman enjoyed moderate success. It stood out among other cereals with its focus on vitamins and a unique marketing approach. The cereal was part of Quaker Oats' strategy to diversify its product lineup and capture a share of the competitive breakfast cereal market. King Vitaman was often featured in comic book ads, Saturday morning cartoon commercials, and print media. The brand leveraged the popularity of television and comics among children to boost its visibility and sales. It was one of the many cereals that tried to balance taste with health benefits, a growing trend during that time. Despite its initial success, King Vitaman began to lose its appeal in the 80s. By the late 80s, King Vitaman was no longer a staple in American households. The product eventually faded from store shelves, becoming a nostalgic memory for those who grew up in the 70s.
Or glazed donut flavors, or both as part of a nutritious breakfast. Dunkin' Donut cereal, crunchy little donuts, great big taste.
Dunkin' Donuts cereal was introduced in the late 70s in America. The cereal was inspired by the popular Dunkin' Donuts chain, known for its coffee and donuts. Ralston, a well-known cereal manufacturer, produced the cereal. It aimed to bring the flavors of Dunkin' Donuts into breakfast bowls. The cereal came in two flavors, glazed style and chocolate. Glazed style mimicked the taste of a glazed donut, while chocolate had a rich, sweet flavor. Both versions were shaped like small donuts, making them visually appealing to kids and adults alike. During its peak, Dunkin' Donuts cereal was heavily marketed on TV. Commercials featured catchy jingles and the recognizable Dunkin' Donuts branding. This helped boost its popularity quickly. The cereal was seen as a fun and tasty breakfast option, different from traditional cereals. However, Dunkin' Donuts cereal faced challenges. Despite initial success, sales started to decline. Consumers' tastes changed, and there was a growing concern about sugar content in children's cereals. Health-conscious parents began to prefer healthier breakfast options for their families. In the early 80s, Dunkin' Donuts cereal started disappearing from store shelves. By the mid-80s, the cereal was discontinued.
There it is, Captain Crunch's Vanilly Crunch. Crispy, creamy-colored globes of goodness. And the best part is, it's vanilla flavor.
Vanilly Crunch cereals first appeared in American grocery stores in the early 70s. Developed by the Quaker Oats Company, Vanilly Crunch was introduced as a unique addition to the Cap'n Crunch family of cereals, which had already gained popularity since its debut in 1963. The idea behind Vanilly Crunch was to combine the familiar crunch of Cap'n Crunch with a new vanilla flavor. At the time, cereal companies were experimenting with a variety of flavors to attract more customers, especially children. Vanilly Crunch stood out with its distinct vanilla taste, which was a departure from the traditional sugary or fruit-flavored cereals. During its heyday in the mid-70s, Vanilly Crunch enjoyed a loyal following. Advertising campaigns featuring the Cap'n Crunch mascot, Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch, helped boost its popularity. These commercials often showcased the cereal's unique flavor and its promise of a delicious breakfast experience. By the late 70s, the cereal began to face stiff competition from other brands introducing their own innovative flavors and concepts. One significant factor in the decline of Vanilly Crunch was the growing concern over the nutritional value of breakfast cereals. This trend, combined with the introduction of new cereals with more appealing flavors and marketing strategies, contributed to the gradual disappearance of Vanilly Crunch from store shelves. By the early 80s, Vanilly Crunch had vanished from most grocery stores.
It's got strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Fruit, with a howling good taste of fruit.
Fruit Brute cereal hit the shelves in America in the early 70s, introduced by General Mills as part of their monster-themed cereal line. This line included popular choices like Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry. Fruit Brute stood out with its werewolf mascot, an eye-catching character that added to its appeal among kids. The cereal itself was a fruit-flavored combination of frosted cereal bits and marshmallows. Launched in 1974, it was marketed as a fruity alternative to the chocolate and berry flavors of its counterparts. The marketing was aimed at children, featuring colorful boxes and animated commercials that showcased the fun and playful nature of the product. During its peak, Fruit Brute enjoyed a strong following. Its unique flavor and engaging mascot made it a favorite among many kids. The cereal was often seen in grocery stores alongside its monster-themed siblings, creating a distinctive presence in the breakfast aisle. In 1982, General Mills decided to discontinue Fruit Brute. The decision was driven by a combination of declining sales and changing market dynamics. The cereal simply couldn't keep up with the evolving preferences of consumers and the growing competition from other brands. Additionally, General Mills briefly revived the cereal in 2013 as part of a limited edition release of their monster cereals, allowing a new generation to experience the unique flavor and fun mascot. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the cereals of the 70s. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more retro content. Don't forget to share your favorite 70s cereal in the comments below. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll uncover more forgotten treasures from the past.